Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. So, today we're gonna go ahead and finish up with Rani. And, yeah, if things sound a bit different, I'm using a different, how do you say it, setup. I got some new headphones and, yeah, how to change stuff up with my mic and stuff. So it might sound a little bit different. But, let's see after this part how it sounds, and then, if anyone wants to give me feedback, so be it. Anyways, without anything else, let's go ahead and go to the student council and strategize. We were able to extract all of the SGs. Now, just like with Miss Tosaka, we'll need to get help from Kiara.
はっきりしないわね。
So that suggestive glance, if you got something to say, say it. No, I was just thinking about how it feels like to descend into another person's mind as merely academic, medical stirred of inquiry.
別に
You just have the mind of a voyeur. That is really, not something one can answer. Anyways, it didn't matter to me at all. All that did was flame up my desire to fight. Like, if you came up to me, I'll beat you up to a pulp. Flare up your desire to fight, so the one who enters reality is perceived as a foreign invader. Rani isn't belligerent like Miss Tosaka. But once you enter the depths of her mind, you won't be able to settle things through discourse. When it was Miss Tosaka, her appearance came as a surprise attack, but we know that Rani isn't died at relief. There's a great chance that she laid out a trap. Hakuno, need to treat this very carefully. What's this? Okay, all the humans escaped to the old school. All the sacrifices wandering in the labyrinth, are you hearing me? The Moon Cell's one and only top idol, no, Lancer's special broadcast is starting. Perk up those ears and listen. Ryan's finally completed a personal stage I had built for me. I'm giving you a special invitation to celebrate this grand opening. To all of you nameless piggies who supplied me with blood so diligently up until now, your job well done. Many thanks now. Farewell. I've been rearing you all without killing you, but that ends now. I'm slaughtering every last master and NPC in the torture chamber.
何考えてんのよ。
What's up with that awful looking sculpture? There's a ton of spiky things inside. No way, you put people in there? Yarn Maiden, a torture device from the Middle Ages. One of that size could pack in 20 people all at once. She's crafty. She spoke of a stage some such, but that sure was a countermeasure against Shinami. It is a container for the magical energy she stocked from slaughtering masters, obviously to use against Shinami. You're joking. Does it mean that the masters trapped in the torture chamber are going to be executed within that huge repulsive display?
無様に泣きなさい。
I'll use your lives as set to the finest stage you'll ever get to see. Be glad you get to contribute to my beauty. If you want to blame anyone, blame the squirrely Rani. Look, seriously, my stage was on hold, but now it's completed. So, are you ready? The banquet live concert is about to begin. Rani, roll up the sacrifices. Tonight, I won't be counting calories. We'll be putting our heart into this wall-proof. What the fuck is that? This flipless carnival. We can't let that happen. We need to stop Lancer and Rani now.
報告します。
Five spiritrons detected within the labyrinth. Mass signs of masters and NPCs are heading towards Rani's relief. They're vanishing from the labyrinth's 6th floor's exit. Hakuno, please hurry to the labyrinth. We'll contact Kiara. Please meet up with Rani face to face. And you need to tell me twice. And I tell you his instructions. Then put the student council room behind me.
待て
Wait. It's important that we sell things with Rani 8, but don't forget what comes after. Once Rani returns to normal, you'll hit the end of the labyrinth. There's no doubt that BB should be hiding there. You know that? While we were searching Rani's labyrinth, I was re-investigating Rin Tosaka's labyrinth. I couldn't find BB's hideout though. If that AI is anywhere, it has to be in the farthest depth. If she escapes, we'll be right after that square one. Shinami, after you free Rani, don't relax. Continue to the end and capture BB. You'll be fighting without pause, but you can do it, right? I returned a glance of confidence. To be honest, I didn't have the slightest bit of confidence, but after listening to Julius, my self-confidence swelled. I can't really explain it. His words carried a deep faith in me. Julius was putting his absolute trust in me. The moment I felt that, it was like a warm blood rushed through my chest. Alright, then hurry. No time to dawdle. I raised a hand to Julius, then leave the student council room, for certain this time. Let's hurry now. Feel free, Rani. I will free Rani, capture Vivi, and escape the far side of the moon. Mission start. Alright, let me just check everything. Okay, I think that it's good in volume. I'll check at the end of the video or something. In the end, no one was able to beat Rani at chess, right? Good, since I'm the one who's going to beat her at chess, see? Well, keep up that mindset, Shinji. I'm sure it will help you. Anyways, I'm gonna buy a few stuff. I want to have at least... No, I have more than enough, so let's put on... 2 of these. And more of these, actually. Let's put 11 of these. There we go. Let's put one of these. Might as well. Not that I need it right now, but it's gonna be important for a later fight, so... Thank you. Let's get out of here. Kiara isn't there, but good old Jinako is there, so let's talk to her. Enough, there's no way I can move an inch. Neats ain't made for working. If we work, we lose. Anyways, Jaku did her part. Now it's your turn to see it through, Haku. Alright, off we go then. Let's just check up my room. I think there's nothing else to talk right now. Nope, alright, that's fine, really. Let's go to the schoolyard. And get out of here. Yep, it's the same thing. Alright, let's go. Alright, I am gonna pause here, check out how my audio is doing, and then I'll be right back with you. See you in a little bit. Okay, I checked, and the audio seems pretty good, so okay. Alright, let's keep going then. Yep, no. God damn it, really. Oh, well, while I do that, thank God you reminded me. I need to switch that. Let's go for... Let's go to that. Might be useful. Alright, let's just do a quick save here and go for it. I've been waiting for you. I received an explanation from Leo. Will you dive in Rani's mind now? Yep, let's go. I understand, Sakura. Just like before, give me your support. Yes, please leave it to me. I've rescued to Kishinami's biograph and soul graph. This will be safer than last time. I can smoothly convert your spiritrons. Then, Haku, close your eyes and calm your mind. Please, do whatever you can to free Rani. Alright. My consciousness fades into white. Kiara's voice trickles my ears as it drifts in. My thoughts are slowed by its warmth. 1 second feels like 1,000. 1,000 seconds feel like a day. I sense that I'm sinking endlessly into myself. Before long, my consciousness separates from Hakuno Kishinami's body. I fall into another person's self, a side of someone that has never been touched. There we go. As if sinking into watery depths, we descended to a dense darkness. I wonder if Rani put this shooting star design here in her mind. It is a fitting mental image of astrology, which Rani likes.
あるいはそれを神秘というのでしょうか。不可視の不可能不可能不理解あるいは雲火光エミニ私の眼鏡が曇っています。世界はこんなにも狭いのに人間の在り方はあまりにも広すぎる。わからないわからない私にはわからないことばかりです。彼女はその中でも特筆してわからない人間です。あなた
Yeah, that's what I figured.
あなたには失望しました。計測の結果ライフスタイルを逸する能力に致命的な欠如が見られます。適正オブジェクトに対する行動予測現実と相反する感情依頼の平坦化工事の自我を希求する好奇心そして何よりそれらを共同することが可能である平日中華な後輩への敬意が足りません。尊敬な改善を求めます。このリズメの文言には覚えがあるぞ。我がシセネカとよく似ているからな。
Huh, that's surprising.
要は可愛い後輩をもっと褒めろと言っているのだ。なあ、よほど寂しかったと思うな。いえ、問題はあなただけではありません。人間の自制心の低さはあまたの事象を悪化させます。見てはいけないものを見る、触れてはいけないものに触れる、食べてはいけないものに食べる。創造主のリンゴしかり、希望の小箱しかり、私の秘密しかりです。私はラニエイト、人間の手によって人間を超える情報処理能力を与えられた新しい人類です。私にはあなたを管理する義務があります。私にはあなたを管理する能力があります。私にはあなたを管理する熱意があります。すべての情動、すべての行動に対し最優先に監視、指示、強制を課さなくてはいけません。私はそのための強打の車輪です。そこに個人的感情が挟まる余地はありません。本当に全くありません。心拍数の上昇は見間違いとして処理します。頬が熱いのも当然です。これは重要な職務に対する燃えるような責任感の上と推論します。
Yeah, I'm sure that's it, Rani. No need to think too much about it.
パーフェクトに火力まみれではないか。ずるいぞ。そもそも奏者の自由は世のものだ。契約者としてマスターを一流まで育て上げるのは世の役目だからな。そうです。そうなのです。人間の行動、感情の管理を行うことは高い演算能力を持つ私にとって思考の命題。管理すること、それ自体が心を手に獲得することと同義であると理解しました。無価値なこだわりを脱ぎ捨て、私のもとで心身ともに無防備な裸になることで人間は永久楽土を取り戻すのです。あなたはとりわけ甘いフルーツのように風力し、重点的にかつ集中的に私の共同を受ける栄誉が与えられるべきでしょう。
I guess.
全てを私に委ね、お互い合理的かつ自然な姿で体温上昇を確認、脈動、呼吸に変動を計測。私は今酩酊効果のある薬物を摂取した状態です。
I hear Rani's strange and passionate murmurings. The voice of her unconscious mind wasn't rejecting and invading a foreign body. Rather, it was filled with an intoxication as if welcoming it. Like when I was with Rin, I can't answer these murmurings. What we can do, the only thing we can do, is descend into the wellspring, id, of Rani's unconscious mind without damaging it. A journey through an infinitely hallucinating mind. After the sensation of a moment, or an eternity passed, I came to the center of Rani's mind. There we go. Whoa! Saber really flashing us there. Then again, she's always flashing us with her skirt to see through. Are these the depths of Rani's mind? Still, it's too dark. There's a sensation of people bustling around, but our surroundings are shut out by the darkness. Well, of course, the show hasn't started yet. We need to wait for the lights to come on.
来ましたね。計算通りの到着時刻です。
Rani. Only Rani stands within the darkness. Lancer doesn't appear to be here.
ラニだけか？ランサーめはどこに行った？いや、それ以前にこの暗闇はいかなることだ？捕らえたマスターたちの処刑にしろ、この暗闇にしろ、貴様らしくないのではないか？そうですね。本来の私ならレリーフの周囲に適正プログラムを配置し侵入を防いでいたでしょう。ですが私はどうしても彼女に来てほしかった。ランサーにステージを与えたのはあなたを逃がさないためです。あなたが私との対決を避ける可能性はわずかでしたが、万が一ということもあります。マスターたちが生贄にされると知れば、あなたは必ずやってくる。過去のデータがそう語っています。
She knows us too well. She tried to execute the captured masters to lure in Hakuno Kishinami. That strangely is definitely working. I ended up hurrying here in a panic. Still, can't believe that Rani would treat Hakuno Kishinami with such hostility. Was having her SG extracted that humiliating?
いいえ。SG の摘出に関してはそれほど怒ってはいません。私にも心がある。それを証明していただいて感謝さえしています。遅くなりましたがありがとうございます。そう言われると余たちもまんざらではない。しかしますますわからぬ。一体何がそちらの逆鱗に触れたのだ？決まっています。3つ目の SG の名称です。
Really? That's what you're mad at?
最強中などあんな不名誉な分類絶対に認めません。もはやどちらかが死ぬしかありえないほどに。
Well, thanks a lot, Chinako. Huh? You're telling me that's why she hates me enough to kill me?
価値観の相違ですね。
Come on, Chinako was the one who named that anyway. I had nothing to do with that.
抗議は一切受け付けません。そもそも私は BB のセンチネルです。あなたとは敵同士です。私があなたを招いたのはここに入った者は私の許可なくして出られないから。後の処刑は彼女の役割。果たせましたね、ダンサー。約束通り、あなたの出番です。
Alright, boss time.
オッケー、任せなさい、プロデューサー。あなたの望み通り、どいつもこいつもめった刺しにしてあげる。さあ、ありったけのライトを当てなさい。鮮血魔女、エリザベートのお出ましよ。
There we go, now I can stop saying Lancer. There is Elizabeth. Lancer. Wait, before that, didn't you just casually drop something huge on us?
いい反応よ。その恐怖で引きつった顔。それでこそ私のコリス。
I do love the deranged expression she has in this sprite.
あなたもブラッドバスに混ぜてあげる。高貴なる竜の娘エリザベート・バートリーの牙の前に平服なさい。
She said it. She declared it outright. Also, if I had explained myself to save face, it's not that my face is frozen with fear, rather it's because Lancer's big mouth defiles all logic.
エリザベート・バートリー、知っているぞ。吸血鬼カーミラの原点だな。
Exactly. Saber's surprise is warranted. For servants, their true name is something they keep a perfect secret until the very end. What the intention are someone boldly announcing it to their enemy is something I can't wrap my head around.
糸？家畜相手に糸なんて必要ないわ。あなたはただの生贄だもの。支配者である私のために浪費される。それが家畜の本懐でしょ。だからむごたらしく死んでいいわ。その血と苦悶が私の若さになる。私の歌を世界に響かせる糧になるの。
This big factory, the blood-soaked countess who once existed in Hungary, a mass murderer who seized her vassals and killed them, bathing in their blood to improve her youth. So that's what this young lady's true. So this is this young lady's true name. But no matter how I look at it, there doesn't seem to be a ton of discrepancies between her and her legend.
またそんな迷えるコリスみたいな顔。いえ、我慢よエリザ。殺す前にやることがあるんだから。最後の慈悲よコリス。そんな顔をするなら一つだけ質問を許してあげる。
Go ahead, Elizabeth.
それでさっぱり未練とか消してちょうだい。悔いを残した生贄の血はノリが悪いの。死ぬのはストレスをなくしてからよ。
For a tremendously egotistical reason, Lancer forced me to ask a question. It's annoying to play along with the enemy, but it's a rare chance. I'll ask. Again, we have like three questions. One's a joke one, which I'm gonna pick as the last one. So let's go first one. Why torture others so much?
なぜですって。それこそなぜそんな質問をするの。拷問は人間の責務だもの。民衆を支配し管理し生活を安定させることこそが私の存在意義。豚、リス、ウサギには拷問が最高の管理体制だってお父様は言っていたわ。私も同意見よ。あなたたち民衆にとって拷問こそが生きている証、生きる喜びなんでしょ。だってそうでないと説明がつかないわ。自由自由と泣くくせにいざ支配されると声太る。それがあなたたちでしょ。私の拷問は悪くないわ。何も悪くないんだってば。
Peeking out of her mouth are irregular dragon teeth. Intoxicated by her own words, Elizabeth is believable. She doesn't consider the heretic egotistical claims, which crimes in the slightest.
ランサー、貴様の言っていることもわからないでもない。為政者とは時に暴君でなければならぬ。市民の数が多ければ多いほど我を通さねば迷走する。しかし貴様の言はいささか行き過ぎのようだ。あら、見どころがあるじゃない。さすが大先輩、話が合いますのね。敵ながら超私好みに可愛いわ。話は終わり？じゃあ最後は歌の時間よ。
And that means we can go back. Why are you so hung up on youth?
本気で言っているの？ねえ、本気で言っているの？あなたリスでも女の子じゃないの？私がこだわっているんじゃないわ。私以外の世界は男という男の全てが私に世界一美しいままでいろって強制しているんじゃない。ええ、その欲望には応えてあげる。私は永遠に若く美しいアイドルになる。
I think that's just the repeats after this.
ダンサー
Alright, and last one, the joke one that I actually like. So why are you so idle?
アイドルなんて素敵な響き私の方こそ聞きたいわあなたたち豚のくせにどうしてこんなにも素敵な職業を考えついたのモンゴロイドは趣味じゃないけどこと娯楽産業において日本人は有料種と認めざるを得ないわ
Whoa, Elizabeth, calm down with the racism there.
思えば生前の私は哀れだった拷問しか知らない人生だったんだものそりゃあ退屈で頭痛持ちにもなるわよでもサーバントになってムーンセルで日本のアイドルを知ったわほんと目から星が出るような衝撃だった
Okay.
だってアイドルよアイドル完璧だわ可愛いことだけ求められてチヤホヤされることがお仕事なんて
Yeah, perfect for a little pampered princess like you,
これが
huh?
転職じゃなくて何ステージに立って歌を奏でた時これ最高って我を失ったぐらいそうよ私が美しければ美しいほど男たちはいい声で泣いてくれる私が君臨すればするほど女たちは泣きわめく男とは菓子づくもの貢ぐもの時に可愛らしいもの女とは奴隷であり母親であり恋人であり美しさを保つ材料つまるところは食い物である
Really disturbed way of viewing the world.
分かって要はアイドルこそ最高の拷問ってこと私この業界で天下を取るわ
Yep, and it's the same thing.
ダンサー市民の
Yep, we already saw everything.
話は家畜とはいえ私の美しさのために命を投げ出すのだもの
And,
極上のご褒美を受け取りなさい
Rani there is already covering her ears with her oddly 2D hands. Honestly, that is so weird. Why are her fingers like that? I'm sure you had the PSP had enough power to render at least a little bit thickness of her fingers.
これがかつてない竜姫の調べ命と引き換えにしてもあまりある空を満たす女神の歌よ恋はドラクル優しくしてね目覚めは深夜の1時過ぎお腹はすくの生きてるライフキラキラ印のジャムをちょうだい狩りはマジカルあたし首狩るチェイテの城からガシガシ届け今夜もあなたを監禁させて
It is kind of it must be hard to sing off key on purpose. In spite of her mellifluous voice, her pitch is all over the place, and her lyrics don't make a lick of sense. Yep, maybe there isn't a god in this world.
なんという美しい魔曲奏
Yeah,
者
of
よ
course you would like it.
耳を傾けてはならん一瞬で心を奪われるぞ
The two tone-deaf queens, aren't they? Saber, what did you just say?
あやつは悪魔か妙ですら天井の楽曲と聞き違えたぐぬぬライバル登場の予感それはこちらのセリフよセイバーあなたが素晴らしい歌い手であるのが
That's
初
one of
見
the
から
put
見破っていたわなんとあれだな奏者よ天才は天才を知るというやつだな
It would be more appropriate to say birds of a feather flock together in this situation.
気は済みましたかではそろそろ始めてくださいこの罪人たちにしかるべき罰を私の心に主体はありませんランサーここはあなたを主役として飾った世界です歌がであれ ここでのあなたは間違いなく最高のスター。存分に歌ってください。ええ、もちろんよ、ラニー。プロデュース分はきっちりやらせていただくわ。ステージオン、ミュージックスタート。ライブ開始よ。私のステージで快楽のうちに行かせてあげる。
Here it comes. Regardless of the contents of her songs, Lancer is Elizabeth Bathory, is a paragon of brutality. We have to defeat this blood countess so that she doesn't claim any more victims. Saber.
いいじゃない。
Lancer.
美味しそうよ。あなた派手にぶちまけてもらおうかしら。
Live or die by the sword.
いかに音楽の才を持とうと貴様には足りぬものがある。それを世がこの剣で教えてやろう。いいわ、格付けといきましょうか。あなたと私、生き残った方がより優れた歌姫よ。歌の勝負ではないのですね。
Alright, so I'm gonna do a little bit something a bit different than last time. Instead of dying right in the first turn to see what the the defeat dialogue is, I'm gonna wait until she does her noble phantasm and then die, so I don't have to waste time with that. So yeah, I just saved there. Let's go for this. Go to let's go for this, and then we can just do this. She gets better defense, so that's kind of sucky, but what will you do? Still do a lot of damage. Oh boy, that sucks. She buffs up. More defense. You still hit her though. Uh-huh.
自力ではそれほど差はありません。あまり油断しないように、ランサー。
I have a feeling that she's gonna do the her skill. Nope. Okay, it was just even. They really are the same way landscape seems. Alright, we did 1,000 damage. Alright, they? Oh my god, really? Oh, that was pretty close. Yeah, let's go for shard. It gets 300 damage, so we're good on that front. Yeah, we're good. Nice. Ah, damn, that sucks. Nice. Ah, I knew it. You guard it. Nice. Yeah, she normally does skills in the last turn, so let's go for this then, followed by Ether Shard. Go for this, and this. Damn, okay, we're freaking dead. Now we survived with barely enough. Alright, she's gonna use her, how do I say it? Her, normal skill here, so we can just go for a break here. And, let me see, probably a mixture of this. No, probably something like this. Yeah, let's go for that. Yep, never mind, I was wrong. She uses that attack. Yeah, I got a critical. Alright, never mind. Alright, let's do that. Maybe not. Let's actually just do that, followed by this. Alright. I got a triple there. Alright, now she's gonna use her skill. She is gonna use her skill right away, I think. In that case, let's just do this then. Nice. We got triple, and we got a critical there too, which is awesome. 2 criticals. Nice, that was perfect actually. Yeah, we have to heal up, so let's Fan. I'm pretty sure she's gonna use something big there. So let's do this, this, and this. We both defended. Alright, we can use the normal phantasm finally. A nice critical there too. Yeah, just like affected. Alright. No phantasm time. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna save and I'm gonna lose on purpose. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna lose on purpose on this one or on the other one. So let's take a look. Take this, this, and then we can just attack. Alright, let's see. I don't believe I did that one on accident. I didn't even pay attention to what the pattern I did was, which is the most hilarious thing. Alright, let's take a look at what her noble phantasm is then. Didn't even die from that, which is surprising. Alright, we saw her.
今の超殺人的アフリカゾウ1万頭を再起不能にするランサーの超音痴攻撃が効かない。音波、超音波、音速のドラゴンブレスだからね、今の。
Alright, so we save here so we can see what her death thing is. There we go. Elizabeth's song echoes. My entire body loses its strength. Death. That's unmistakable reality was upon us.
やっぱり私は最高の歌姫ね。あなたの血も浴槽に加えてあげるわ。証明終了しました。BB との契約に基づき生体データを凍結。BB から指示があるまで私の中に保管します。次に彼女が目覚めた時は全てが滅び去った後でしょう。
My fading consciousness picks up on Rani's words. Everything will be destroyed. Before I had the time to ask what she meant, all light was extinguished. There we go. Yeah, the death messages after the boss fights do give us a bit foreshadowing what's gonna happen in the next arc. So let's load up the state here. Let's go. Watch which could be better. I think curing paralysis would be good here. And completely forgot what they're gonna use. So let's do this. Nope, that sucks. Nope, alright, so do not do what I just did. Alright, so... Alright, she guards, she attacks, and then she bursts. Alright. So she defends, she attacks, and then she bursts. Defend, defend, burst, attack. Let's see if that one works out. There we go. And after this, we can just use our skills, and it should be done. Yeah, that. Yeah, very much. Anyways, we will survive whatever she throws at us. Barely. And after this, we can just win. Do 200 damage each slice, so we're good. One more. And she's done for. Now she's actually dying. You can see she's being deleted by the black textures around her. Saber's blow definitely pierced Lancer's vitals. Lancer sustained her fatal wound and staggers, biting her lips. She glances at us with bloodshot eyes. Though she's our enemy, I'm almost impressed by the spirit she shows. An ostentatious body, and it's a contrarian ideal. Her flesh on the brink of collapse is sustained purely by an intense pride.
こんな痛みなんかで、痛みなんかに私は屈しない。覚えてなさい。私は不滅で不老で永遠な至高のアイドルなんだから。絶対に復活してあなたみたいなリス、地獄へ引きずり込んでやるわ。
Yep, I'm sure you will. And off she goes. But we're still not done. We still need to do the second part of the boss fight, I guess you could say that. While assembling venomous curses words, Lancer vanishes. This is different than when we were with Rin. Elizabeth Bathory, along with a fixed scent of blood, has left the stage as a loser.
これも裁きだ、竜の娘よ。その歌を万人のために振るわなかった。それが貴様の犯した最大の過ちだ。まだ決着はついていません。エリザベートは敗れましたが、もともと彼女と私は仮契約の中。彼女が消滅しようと、その連鎖が私に及ぶことはありません。それが私の心の中ならなおさらです。すでに経験済みでしょう。センチネルである私を打ち倒す方法は一つだけです。
Indeed. I know. The only way I can bring her back to normal is to expose her mind and destroy the labyrinth's core. This is the inside of Rani's mind. I have to defeat her with words, just like I did with Rin.
私は逃げも隠れもしません。いえ、 私にとっては、ここからが本番です。あなたを私の中に招き、永遠に閉じ込め、管理します。
Yeah, that's what Rin said too.
私はラニエイト。史上最後の錬金術師が作り上げた完全なホムンクルス。その心理設計は人間に劣らぬことをあなたで証明してみせます。
I really don't think anyone's saying that, Rani. Anyways, let's get to it
来た
then.
任せたぞ、マスター。夜風のように優しく、しかし獅子のように野蛮にラニを組み伏せるのだ。
No talking, just straight to the point.
おはようございます。私の分身を蹂躙し、ついにここまで来たのですね。ですが、それはあくまで分身。私本体ではありません。私に不合理な感情はありません。隠さなくてはいけないような思考もありません。私はアトラス院のホムンクルス。完全な人間としてデザインされたもの。あなたはここでは無力です。
Are you sure about that? Is she sure about that? Certainly, unlike Rin, Rani always plays it cool. At a glance, it looks like she's got no openings. However,
自律系オールグリーン。私の内面に改めるべきエラーはありません。バグがあるとしたら、それは無遠慮、かつ無謀にも私の中に入ってきたあなただけです。そう、バグなので、このまま潰します。それはプチッと、プニッと、ポロッと、ムニュッと。そうです。優しく触れてくれればいいの。
yep, there's not a hint of weakness in that, in what Rani's saying and doing. Unlike Rin, who was bluffing the entire time, Rani presents herself as frail, as if baiting me in. Is it true? Is there nothing wrong with Rani right now? SGs are the keys to the secrets of one's mind that exist intrinsically, so SGs are nothing foreign to a person. However, they also serve to expose the emotions and addictions that normally control a person. Since they're embarrassing and inconvenient, they get hidden away. Since Rani's have all been exposed, everything about her is saying, I want to hurry and fix this so I can feel better. I feel like that's what's being expressed by her frailty.
それは違います。不都合な事実に目をつむるのは、精神の巡りを雲で隠すのに同じです。
So does this mean that Rani is embarrassed about her SGs being revealed?
恥という感情は自他の主張が異なる際、その差に対して正当性の低い方が持つべき感情です。ですので、この場合、周知を感じるのはあなたの方だと返答します。
I'm sure.
私は私です。この体が変貌したのならともかく、ありのままの姿を見られることに異常性は感じません。
Of course. Is that so? The reason why Rani is defenseless in so many ways is because she feels that her body, crafted by her mentor, has nothing about it to be embarrassed about.
はい。自然環境に依存した思考の発達は、惑星逆行の脅威により矛盾を多く生じさせます。ホムンクルスである私に宿る思考ルーチンを評価し、利用することこそ人類の益になるでしょう。現在の私に間違いはありません。正しいのは私の方なのです。ですので、私に従ってください。それを約束するのなら、あなたを解放します。
Now I see. Rani is so correct and so excellent that I should recognize Rani and utilize Rani. I'm not talking about strength. It's my intellect that far exceeds yours. If she truly was so logical and excellent, Rani wouldn't have lost in our servant battle.
力の話をしているのではありません。私の知性があなたに勝っているのですから。
That itself was her mistake. She lost because she wasn't able to make good use of her servant, which means she lost Hakuno Kishinami intellectually.
違うのです。なぜこの構造的美しさがわからないのですか？優れ、美しく、慈愛に満ち、賢い、 理想的統一思考の下で平和に暮らす人々、マザーコンピューターにしてビッグブラザーに全ての混迷を預けるのです。そうすれば全人類が無垢な幼子としての生を許されるのですから。
All I hear is, hey, I'm the last boss of a dystopian sci-fi movie, thank you very much. No, I think I'll keep my honest thoughts to myself. Ultimately, Rani's personal desire is that everyone do as she says. That must mean... I think it was intellectual superiority, let's see. Or management desire.
いや
Yep, that's the one.
違います。間違いを訂正してください。私は並列思考による多元的な客観をもとに合理的判断を下しているだけなのです。
Rani says that she wants me to correct my mistake. Correcting one's mistake is certainly an important thing to do. Admitting one's faults is tied to mental maturity. So then let's correct ourselves. What's Rani objective means what I think. Logical means this is what I like. So basically, Rani likes to have everything go her way. It's a natural of a desire to have as it gets for a human.
再度訂正を要求します。まるで私が幼稚で独善的と決めつける物言いには反感を覚えます。あなたの意見は主観によっています。人間は偏った思考に振り回され、争いが絶えることはありません。その点、私は何があろうと冷静です。私の思考を選択すれば、そのような無用の争いは。
Composed. Composed no matter what happens, huh? Alright. I raised my head and confessed this to Rani. Truth be told, through this entire battle, I haven't had any underwear on.
素晴らしい。開放的な姿勢です。
Yeah. But what do you expect?
私も入ってます。
Now, Rani, that's a bold-faced lie. Anyone can tell that I'm lying, so why is Rani so delighted? It's the very biased fancies she spoke of. Where was all the logic departed off to?
あなたが合理性に対してやっと理解を示してくれたことを評価しているだけです。
I don't think there's anything rational about that. Ultimately, Rani likes it. Her habit of exposure, I think it's what it was. There we go.
すごい。一言一言。心ばかりか。ドレスまで剥がれていくよう。再度訂正を要求します。
I think you're enjoying this a bit too much, Rani.
私のライフスタイルは断じて思考的なものではありません。気持ちいいから快適さに基づいた合理性です。だって私は人間より優れているのですから。私が快適と感じるものこそ熱くて正しいのです。それをもう今度こそ証明しますから。ゲームをしましょう。
What, like chess?
チェスでも将棋でもお好きなものを。頭脳戦こそ私のステージ。思う。
Oops, sorry. I didn't expect myself to almost accept, but I hold back. Rani is acting increasingly enthusiastic. She seems to be getting more excited the more concerned she is. Still, I won't take up her offer. I can't beat Rani at games that don't have chance. If I start a game with her, I'll probably end up never being able to leave Rani's mind.
さあ、ゲームをしましょう。体が熱くて早く理性的な行為で冷まさないと熱暴走してしまいます。
I want to point out that she's already overheating, but I swallow my words. To her, games aren't for pitting your abilities against others, nor for enjoying the curse of the game. All Rani wants for the outcome is to have her as the victor. She talks about fair this and fair that, but her true feelings are of a power gamer.
そんな嘘です。でも気持ちいい。
There we go, the last one.
最高です。癖になってしまいそう。やはり人間は野蛮です。相手の欠点をあげつらい不遠慮に追い詰めていく。こんな生き物はやはり私が管理するべきなのです。父よ、私はついに第三の目を開眼しました。人類は もっともっと身軽になるべきなのです。
I really don't think that's what your mentor wanted, but whatever.
人類の命運は人類が背負うには重すぎるものと断言します。ですので人類すべてを私が脱がす。人々からあらゆる虚飾、あらゆる服飾を取り上げ、
She just went off the deep end.
作るのです。
She comes to an outlandish conclusion. However, this is definitely the lesson, lesion nested in Rani's mind talking, the part Bibi has brainwashed. Rani said she'll manage humanity, and if it's fine if her subject is a big one, but Rani is part of humanity. First, I need to correct that mistake she's make. Hard my heart to say. You and your no panties messiah complex.
最悪です。あなたの表現には品位のかけらはありません。
But it's the truth. Rani is an omnipotent. The fate of humanity is too much for one person to bear. And anyways, Rani is also a master. The moment she came to the moon seeking wishing device, hadn't she admitted that there are things outside of her power?
それはその帰結は間違って今あんなに熱かった表面温度が冷めていきます。この胸の苦しさ、悔しい。そんなことはありえない。私にそんな無意味な感情なんて。
No, frustration is no pointless emotion. It leads to a mind that grows and self-reflects. Rani describes herself as mechanical. Machines don't make mistakes. However, it's ultimately only machine-like. Rani is no machine. She's a human. She may be a homunculus, but she's a human, just the way she is. That's why I don't think I should force, or rather, demand her to be completely reasonable. If she were, then there would be no point in her having a human form. Rani just needs to like herself. She needs to admit that her tastes and preferences stem from her liking them, rather than passing off as rational.
私に幸運の感情はありません。そんな不合理なものは。
You like wearing nothing, right?
違います。正しいものを検証し、選択し、指導する。私は正しい。幸運ではあ
I
り
think that
ま
was
せ
the
ん。
wrong one.
正誤なのです。
Yeah, that was the wrong one. Anyways, we can just go ahead. Take a look at yourself.
自分自身を見つめる。どうしたことでしょう。今まで自分がどんな服装でも気にならなかったのに、なんだか恥ずかしくて、でも胸が高鳴ってスースーしちゃいます。暑くて冷たくて気持ちいい。もしかしてこれが好きということなんですか？いえ、私はアトラスのホムンクルス。人類の英知を守る巨人の蔵の最後の一人。
You're also sort of have emotion, so
個人の感情によるなんて、そんなものただの失敗作です。 BB は正しい。私や彼女は完全を目指して作られた人工知能。人類を守る義務がある。なのにこんなスースーしているなんて。どうしよう。死よ、なぜ私をこのように作られたのです。乱れることのない精神のように、単純な機械のように作られていれば、こんな矛盾に苦しむこともなかったのに。
alright, let's go. Let's not put that one. Let's put I like you that way.
そんなダメ、好きだなんて。
I don't want her to be a machine. I want her to be as a human. Rani, as a heart, because of her mentor, wanted it that way. You don't need a reason to like or dislike things. Just as there are things that one doesn't like despite being amazing and useful, there are things one likes despite being embarrassing or useless. Rani wants to manage humanity because she likes humanity. She can't bring herself to disregard them, right?
私が これが好きということ？人間が好き、あなたが好き、スースーするの好き、好きって気持ちいい。数値でも統計でもないもの。乱れて混戦していた気持ちがほどけていきます。これが好きな気持ち、私だけの。
And there we go. Welcome back. That was a deft subdual. Within the labyrinth, Kiara waited for our return. Kiara approached Rani, who was lying down, and checked her body for abnormalities. Rani is unconscious, but there's nothing wrong with her. I shall take her to the old school. Hakuno, please continue on further. Yes, allow my praetor to secure the exit. Take care of Rani, Seshuin. Alright, I guess we go ahead and go forward. Before that, let's go save. Might as well end the chapter, which is basically after we go forward. Anyways, let's get to it. It is a bit long, but I guess it can be a slightly longer part this time. Continue to the next floor. Yeah. We entered into a strangely cramped space. This must be the exit. It's like brand new or freshly created. Anyways, I get this sort of strong impression.
Bingo! BB の言い分なんて半分ぐらい疑っていたけど、やったわね。
迷宮を抜ければ出口があるですね。暴走していても BB は AI です。人間に嘘はつけない。
That's bad.
あれ？お前さくら？モニターの調子が悪い。
The transmission from the student council room cut out. Judging from how Rin and the others were acting, I'd have to deem that there isn't anything wrong on their side. There's a strong signal jammer sealing this space. There she is. That's BB. We've spotted a culprit at last. This is BB's domain. If we were in the labyrinth, she could easily teleport away, but here, there's nowhere to run to. All that's left is capture BB and escape from the far side of the moon.
終わりました。検討お疲れ様でした。その状態でエリザベートを倒すとかちょびっとだけ見直しました。レベルも戻ってきたみたいだし絶好調ですね。
We still need a few more until we are at the level we were in extra, but yeah, we're getting there.
私も認識を改めました。先輩は意外にも肉食系というかアウトドア派だったなんてドキドキです。それとも人の話を聞かない生粋の主人公体質とか？本当に踏みつぶしたくなるぐらい目障り、うろちょろと足元でうごめく夏場のあれみたいです。
Oh boy. The moon in the room does a 180. Is this BB's true character? All the floating particles in the space turn to hostility towards Saber and I.
まずいぞマスター。
There they are. This is also the introduction of those two. Although I will say, I'll talk about them more when they show up more. But I like their outfits better in Grand Order in this one. These are a bit too, dumb. I guess it's just too dumb for me. A surface and an edge. An unpredictably mighty attack, along with an attack of unparalleled sharpness, assault Saber. Saber takes a sudden and coordinated attack, and while being repelled, manages to regain footing. Yeah, the outfits are a bit dumb. Two, no, three people. Their presence isn't one being masters. Does this mean BB still has other servants around? I also think this is the introduction of alter egos as a class in general, which is interesting.
彼女たちは肉体労働。二人ともそれなりに強いですよ。だってヌーンセルから得たある系列のサーバントの情報を目いっぱい詰め込んだんですから。いわばこの子たちが英雄複合体です。エリザベートなんてほんの遊びに過ぎません。
Opposite heroes? That can't mean. She's saying that they're artificial servants with the combined attributes of multiple heroic spirits.
それだけではあるまい。この放慢かつ傲慢な魔力の発長。そやつらの基本は英霊ではないな。ええ、サーバントさんの指摘通り、この子たちの基本は英霊は英霊でも人間の英霊ではありません。私がヌーンセルから引き出したのは女神の系列。神話上の女神を再現したハイサーバントと呼べる存在です。
They're a compilation of divine spirits.
言っておきますけど、今の先輩じゃ絶対に勝ち目はありません。それでも私と遊んでくれますか？
Struggle against those two strange people? As if I can't even take a single step forward. My reason and instincts are telling me that if I step forward, I'll be killed. This is unbelievable. The exit and BB are right in front of us, but we can't take a single step ahead.
屈辱に耐えるのだ、マスター。世も耐える。今は撤退するしかない。話は済みました？なら逃げていいですよ。逃げるアリさんをわざわざ踏みに行くほど暇人じゃないですから、私。お母様、神職が第3階層に到達しました。好きにしなさい。私は中枢を目指すだけよ。3階層に入ってくるような。
My god.
あなたがそれで潰してしまいなさい。
That scraping sound is torture.
ありがとうございます。私、頑張りますから。私の世界はまだまだお預け。それじゃ、表に行っていい BB。まだまだドレインし足りないの。たまに羽を外さないように。あなた、雑食が過ぎるから。栄養が取りすぎても体の毒よ。とまあ、こんな子たちですけど、私を捕まえたいならなんとか退治しちゃってください。まあ普通に考えたら絶対に無理なので、急行車で縮こまっていることを推奨します。そうすればそうですね、体感時間で1年ぐらいは精神の安全は保たれるんじゃないですか。それ以上は退屈で心が死んじゃうでしょうけど、体が死ぬよりはマシでしょ。今だって命が惜しくて仕方がないんだから。それじゃあ死ぬ勇気もない人間には惨めに退場してもらえますか。はい、恒例の夫婦タイムです。急行車まで退 飛んでけ
And off she takes us away.
ラニさんの時間稼ぎのおかげで新しい迷宮ができました。この迷宮が最後までできたらどうなるか、それはすぐにわかります。期待して待っていてくださいね。
And off we go again. Just like in the prologue, we were blown away. When I came to, I found myself at the entrance of the labyrinth. It's no use feeling discouraged now. To give my report, I'll head to the student council room. Hey, Julius. Good that you made it back. We've taken some, no damage. You've taken some, no damage, huh? The student council was convened due to the special circumstances. You two, head to the student council room right away. Thank you. All the student council members are gathered in the student council room. Everyone has the same gloomy expression. They must know that BB prepares new sentinels rather than two offshoots, alter egos. Welcome back. The operation went well, is what I want to say, but doesn't really feel like it. Rani is being treated in the infirmary since she's been with BB longer than me. Seems it will take longer to bring her back to normal. Yes, allowing a good recuperation will help. Emotional support is important. That then girl's cruel verbal abuse almost caused my ego to collapse, but as you can see though, I'm the usual Monji again. In your case, it's more likely you forgot everything rather than bouncing back. You had spiritually died from an emancipation, so how is it taking meals all it took for you to recover? It's a result of my discipline, pale man. My almighty scent elixir is this. Steaming hot silver ash with Pacific sorry. But I shall pass on Japanese plums. I see. So on a spiritual level you're immortal, a zombie. So go scrub some toilets for me.
Leo.
What is this silver ash, Leo? It's a classy bowl of rice. It sounds like, maybe in certain situations, the freshly cooked rice is as valuable as platinum. Ah, then I've heard of it as well. Quality meal affects even morale in battle, especially the king's. I'm sure that Saber would say that. Mojigato. To compare the troop's supply line to gold and silver makes you quite a worthy man. The old man isn't that profound. Simply, if he got good things going on, he'll just forget all the bitter things up until then. That function is impressive. To forget one's damage, that's impossible even for the moon cell. Yeah, human ability to alter their self-awareness is when it suits them is one of hell of a function too. To tell you the truth, if the moon cell's OS became Afgato style, it would mean the end of the universe, most likely. The universe would begin, and rather, there could be an alpine weapon, meadows worth of new dumb rules flying around randomly. The mood sure changes when Nugato's here. Making everyone go from dead silent to loquacious is quite a hidden skill. Haha, no need to be jealous. It's only natural for the head of a cheering, as the head of the cheering. The harder times are, the more you need to laugh, President Leo. Yes, I've taken that to heart. I was planning for us to discuss PB and those two alter egos for a while, but let's make some time for other things. Everyone's tired after all. I'll put off the briefing for 8 hours. Miss Tosaka, Sakura and I will organize the situation, so everyone, please get some rest. They'll keep going without rest. Leo, Rin, and Sakura have been backing me up without a break since I entered the labyrinth. If anyone's tired, it should be those three. Don't worry about it. All I can do right now is support you, Aku, so of course I will. If you can go to your room and rest ahead of us. Resting is important work too. We'll be fine. Once you get some sleep and recharge, we'll put you right back to work. Rin's cheerful expression reveals none of her fatigue. I can't object if we put it like that. Just like how she devotes herself to her duty, I have to carry on the duty that I've been given.
その調子です。
That's how it is. Brother, Gato, please get some rest as well, you two. Especially you, brother. You probably haven't had a wink of sleep since you got here. Since Sakura is here, you can't hide it for long.
そうだな。
Is that so? I certainly have keeping at it. Her work may be a help management, but it's tough to fool Sakura and AI. I'll take a break myself then. No more than 2 hours. Kishinami, you get yourself plenty of rest too. And we get enter again.
奏者よ。
Yep. Let's go to my room, check things, and then we can quit this part. Before we do that, I guess we... let me see. Did we get all the SGs, right, for Rani? Yeah, we got everything. It's more of the, taking a look at the, matrices for Elizabeth. There we go, we got everything here. Thunder Dragon Cry. The majesty of the Thunder Dragon, regarded in Hungary as a weather spirit since long ago, converted into a noble phantasm. That dragon goes by the name of Sarkani. Amplifies the sound of vibrations, calling forth wind and rain via resonance. Originally meant to amplify the inherent dignity and charisma of its owner's voice, make soothing undulations, project malice to break the wills of others, or simply amplify the volumes of their voice by a factor of 9, and 9 after that. A demonic singing voice that tramples and destroys not only the body, but even the heart of those who hear it. And background. A real person, born in 1560 and died in 1640. She was born into one of the noble families in Hungary, the Bafari family, which had a dragon fang as its crest. One of the models of the vampire Carmilla, a wicked woman who is said to have bathed in the lifeblood of more than 600 women in order to preserve her own beauty. The Bafari house held the majority of influence in Eastern Europe, and she also possessed the blood of the Habsburg house, making her a purebred noble by lineage. However, be it from the many blood family marriages or the result of the luxurious lifestyle, the family contained many cruel and insane individuals. Homosexuals, pedophiles, and Satanists were not uncommon among their relatives. Okay, putting the gays in between pedophiles and Satanists is a bit of an odd swing, but whatever. Elizabeth was not an exception and became quite infamous. In Kashit's castle, her territory is what is now Slovakia, she believed to have killed more than 600 women in order to preserve her beauty, enjoyed bathing in the blood of she wrung from them, a repulsive bloodbath. Though she killed many in her fiefdom, she wasn't charged with many crimes until her final days. Back then, it was apparently a trend among the Hungary nobles that not even consider people who weren't noble as humans. Her murders never posed any problems. Yes, not until a single girl survived their prison castle and rushed to the Vatican. And that's it, let's end the day. And talk.
奏者よ。
Some trouble enemies popped up, huh? Praetor, it's not that all misfortune. I'm relieved about one thing. Relieved? Why could Saber be relieved about all this? My condition is hazy as well, but that you're missing runs much deeper. To be honest, it is painful. Being replied to now and then as if I'm a stranger takes me aback and it hurts. However, being in such a state is all the more befitting of my Praetor. You don't look away from difficult situations, and even when you run into a dilemma, your heart doesn't give in.
それでこそだ。
Yes, that's the master I rely on, brightens me. Even if darkness awaits us, as long as I have the star that goes by your name, I have nothing to fear. Even if my memories haven't returned, your memories haven't returned, you're still my lady. I've confirmed that. It is the one thing I'm relieved about. That's why you should relax and get some sleep. Our fight will continue, but at least we get suitable rewards like this. So Saber asserts, not with the usual tone brimming with self-confidence, with a voice filled with deep affection. That's right. No matter what despair stands before me, Saber will be there with me. I believe that, I believe in that, and give my body a rest. Let's go ahead and save. And that's gonna be it for now. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.